Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simple Politics. So this is just a quick video of what has been happening today. So I noticed that the DA was throwing tantrums. They're throwing tantrums because of Cyril Ramaphosa is in Russia. Yes, the GNU is really falling apart, honestly. Because now they are throwing tantrums in public. And remember, with the DA, they've been throwing tantrums, but it was not directed to Cyril Ramaphosa. Now the tantrums that they're throwing, they are directed to the president. And everything that he said in the summit, I'm going to share quite a few things with you guys. If, like things that he said, they're saying, no, that's not our stand, or that's not what we believe in. All right. And Steenhuisen spoke out because Steenhuisen is supporting, or the DA is supporting Ukraine. But anyway, we're going to get right into that with them disrespecting the president and disrespecting the president in a public platform. Remember, these people are one. They are a team. They are not supposed to be writing about each other on social media. They are not supposed to do that. If there's something that they don't agree on, they just have to set a meeting. It also just shows how much ANC has power than the DA. It really shows how much the ANC has power compared to the DA. DA is just throwing tantrums. President is there in Russia shaking hands with Putin and saying, hey, we are allies. Hey. Anyway, just before we get into that, Brenda wrote an open letter to McKenzie. So I wonder how McKenzie is going to navigate that. I do want to keep my eyes open and see what he's going to do. I want us to dive into McKenzie because he's currently in the UAE and he hired a car. He's like, yeah, I'm going to read you guys what he said. I'm going to read you what Gaten said, and I'm going to read you what Brenda said in her letter. And then I also want us to cover, this is another interesting one. The GNU is falling apart. I want us to cover the Bosa Musimaimani's party has issued a statement. I'm going to read it to you guys, emphasizing how disappointed they are in the Minister of Basic Education for her keeping the pass rate is 30%. Apparently they wanted it to be 50%. And when Sivue Kwahube got into that position, Musimaimane spoke very positive about her. He said, oh my God, I'm excited that a young person is in that minister position. This means positive change. This means this means like there's gonna be a positive direction, or at least he hoped, right? Fine. Now he's disappointed because Usiviwe is not about that life. Guys, it's easy. It's so easy to say a lot of things when you are on the sidelines. I feel like now that the DA is in power, they realize, good, it's not easy. That's what McKenzie also said, actually. He said, oh my God, I didn't realize that it was this difficult to be in government. All right? And apparently the IFP is in agreement with Bosa. And if you know, the IFP hasn't spoken much. The IFP, ever since they got into power, they haven't been involved in any conflict. They haven't said anything. But now they are not happy about this 30% rate, pass rate being kept. All right, let's get into it. So if you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Azizabula Belwana. This is a platform where we simplify politics. This is a platform where we react to every single thing that happens in politics. We might not agree, but you know what? Let's just respect each other's opinions and engage in the comment section. We can't agree on everything. That's just life. That's just it, honey. So Ramaphosa says at the BRICS summit, he says that Putin and Russia is an ally and a great friend of South Africa. Nancy Lady Pambanisi DA. No, so what's making the DA angry is that the DA says Russia is not our ally. Hey, Kosiam. So there's an article that says on Monday, Ramaphosa told Putin, "We continue to see Russia as a valued ally, as a valued friend who supported us right from the beginning, from the days of our struggle against apartheid." Yebo. The president said he would use the BRICS meeting to inform Putin and other world leaders about the government of national unity. Puffy government of national unity is not in agreement with him being there to begin with. This is not the first time that Ramaphosa has briefed his counterparts of the GNU. In July, US President Joe Biden rang Ramaphosa to congratulate him on being elected for a second term and commended him for successfully forming the GNU. The DA has distanced itself. I don't know how they can distance themselves. Hey, I mean, none. South Africa is the movie. So the DA has distanced itself from... The DA has distanced itself from President Cyril Ramaphosa from comments that the government views Russia as a valuable ally and friend. So, DA, yona yes distance Cyril Ramaphosa. How can you distance yourself from Cyril Ramaphosa when Cyril Ramaphosa a partner yako with GNU? Because when Cyril Ramaphosa is there, Russia, that means you are in agreement. If you are not in agreement, you remove yourself from the partnership. If I'm a partner of a specific company or thing and the law company sells something, I am in agreement because my name is on that company. They are part of the GNU, but they're distancing themselves. Njani, how can you distance yourself, son? Like, it's just not making sense. If it's making sense to you, please explain to me how. Because the only way they can distance themselves if they take themselves out of the GNU. As long as they are in the GNU, there is no distance. I'm distancing myself from President Cyril Ramaphosa. So one day you are happy with him, the next day you distance. Doesn't work like that, my love. So this is after... This is after Ramaphosa told President Vladimir Putin during a bilateral meeting in Kazan ahead of the BRICS summit that Pretoria valued its partner. And I saw Helen Zille also throwing tantrums. It's not only John Steenhuisen. Hey, DA leader and Government of National Unity partner John Steenhuisen said his party rejected this characterization in no uncertain terms. The Democratic Alliance does not consider Russia or Vladimir Putin to be an ally of our nation, he said. But the question, who is John Steenhuisen? Do we listen to Ramaphosa or do we listen to John Steenhuisen? Who is John Steenhuisen to say, our nation rejects this? The GNU is falling apart. And we are here. We're going to be here to watch. They are falling apart. They're crumbling. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you think, because it's for me, it's just not making sense that they want to distance themselves. How can you distance yourself, when you are in government? Anyway, let's move right along. So, as I said, Brenda Ngoli has written a letter to Gayton McKenzie. Let's just read it quickly and then we move to Bossa and the statement that they've released. So Brenda Ngoli says, "Hi there, sir," to Gayton McKenzie. "My name is Brenda Ngoli. This year I'm nominated from my 10th SAFTAs. Interestingly enough, I'm not invited. Oh yes, I was invited to the Netflix nominees toast what, but I could not attend. I am not sure if I should take this move as yet another display of my beloved country sidelining me, because I don't toe the line of availing myself for photo shoots to advertise the SAFTAs for free, which I was invited to do, so I did not attend. Maybe Minister, you can make sure that some of us who don't take drugs and sip on wine with who's who in strategic positions of power are not sidelined. You once said on Spizny, Hela Baiza Daikant." I don't know what that means, guys. I don't know Afrikaans. So I did Afrikaans in school, but I still don't know Afrikaans. And I did pass, but I still don't know Afrikaans. When I was nominated for the International Emmys, the then Minister of Arts and Culture didn't even bother to congratulate me, despite me being the first South African and the second African at the time. Hopefully, Wena, you have shed light as to who and why. Hopefully, Wena, you can shed light as to who and why I am not invited, which is a good question, because she's nominated. Technically, she should she should be invited to attend, because what if she wins? Who's gonna accept the prize? She has to be invited, unless they think you're not gonna win anyway. I think they've already decided that she's not gonna win. That's strange. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. If what is Gaty McKenzie gonna do? What can he do? What should he do? What can he do at the same time? As we wrap up Gaty McKenzie, he's also in the UAE. He posted on Twitter, he says, I'm taking matters. He hired a car. So he says, he went to Avis and hired a car. So he said, I'm taking matters into my own hands in as far as this whole ground transport issue is concerned. I am meeting UFC for final meeting to bring UFC to South Africa in UAE. We hope to also discuss Power Slap, because we already have a champion in Danny van Heerden. Let's hope for good news. I don't think the problem is about McKenzie using the money of taxpayers. It's not a problem, but 400,000 for transport in Paris was quite a lot. So I don't think the problem is about him using the funds. No, but it's just that, obviously you can't just use 400,000 for transport and then you think you want us to accept that's normal. Not in this lifetime. But he has just hired a car in the UAE because he wants to take things into his own hands. Anyway, so yeah, let me know what you think about that as well. Also, moving right along. So let's get to the BOSA, which is quite important. Let's get to the BOSA later. So there's an article that came out that said, the IFP and Build One South Africa have called on to the Department of Basic Education to increase the matric pass rate to 50%, which is what Keosiviwe did not do. So IBOSA has released a statement and said, Basic Education Minister confirms no plan to scrap the 30% pass rate for now. In response to Build One South Africa written parliamentary question, Basic Education Minister Sivuo Kwagube has stated that there are no plans to scrap the current 30% mark to subject at grade 12 level. BOSA has long called for an end to the 30% pass mark. A 50% pass mark should be minimum. Anything less is preparing our youth for a life of unemployment, which is very true, and wasted potential. In her response, the minister stated that presently there are no immediate plans to change the 30% pass mark and to replace it with a minimum pass mark of 50%. However, the minister indicated her intention to appoint an advisory council to inform the necessary reforms in the sector. This is urgent. In addition to raising the minimum pass mark to 50%, reform must include an independent education ombudsman, raising salaries for educators, curtailing union power, incentivizing students during the academic year, prioritizing the primary phase of education, introducing a school voucher program, and conducting a nationwide teacher audit. With an annual education budget of 300 billion, there is little justification for the substandard quality of education. The lack of response, overcrowded classrooms, unqualified teachers, and inadequate infrastructure are all symptomatic of a system that has failed to live up to its promises over the 30 years. Going forward, BOSA will continue to pursue interventions to fix what is broken in our education system and ensure that every South African learner can thrive. So let me know what you guys think about the 30%. Do you think the pass rate should be left at 30%, or do you think BOSA and IFP are correct? It should be raised to 50%. You know, I get it that we want everyone to pass and to get a good job. Because some people do passing about 30% and they get to varsity and they pass really well and they become good professionals. Some people pass and they just don't go anywhere. So I don't know. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section, guys, because sometimes when you give your opinion, you guys come for me. So on this one, I'm split. I feel like if I was doing grade 12, I would want this is personally, if I was doing grade 12 and there was a pass rate, I would want the pass rate to be as high as possible so that I can work extra hard, and it also prepares me for varsity. Because you get students who pass Ngabo level 7 in all the subjects. When they get to varsity, they don't do well. And I always struggle to understand what could be the problem. And someone once said, if you pass in go level 7 bonge, that doesn't mean go do medicine. You know, so yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you think about the DA. Let me know what you think about Gaten McKenzie and all his problems. And let me know what you think about yeah, let me know what you think about this pass rate issue. Anyway, guys, if you have not subscribed, there are a lot of people that watch this channel, but you guys told yourself that you will never subscribe. Anyway, guys, subscribe to my channel. It is free of charge. Yeah, aluta continua, guys. The struggle continues. I'll see you on the next one.